Well, hey, y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I'm Susan. I'm your hostess, and I'm so happy that you're here today. We're going to go over the rules real quick. We want everybody to be kind to one another in the chat. And also, if you want to come up on panel, I must be able to see your face and recognize your channel. So that's going to be the rule from here going out. We had a problem child last week that was kind of throwing a temper tantrum because I wouldn't let them on panel. And I want to make that perfectly clear that I want to be able to have people on panel that I recognize. Hey, Bad Stain, welcome in. Hey, Tarsha, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey, Papa's Kitchen, I'm so glad that you're here. If anybody would like to come up on panel today, they're more than welcome to, as long as I can see your face in the basement below me. Hey, Magic, welcome in. I was talking a little bit about my problem child that I had last week that wanted to be on panel so bad, but he would not show his face. So we're not going to do that. I just want to make that perfectly clear up front. And I also have it in the description box for anybody that has a question about it. But I went and looked at that page, and they had over 3,000 subscribers, but they only had 69 videos. And that to me was a red flag. So anybody that works at YouTube, y'all understand that you have to work to get that many subscribers. Y'all can drop your links by typing the word hillbilly. I'll be glad to see those channels popping up, and anybody new in the chat can connect with you, and we can connect with the new people that come in also, because all the action always happens in the chat, y'all. We are 1 week out from Thanksgiving, and I have not planned anything yet. I have not bought my turkey. I haven't done anything towards being prepared for Thanksgiving Day, except for that I am cleaning house. But I've also got a little bit of a cold going on, so I'm not even sure that we're going to have Thanksgiving if it doesn't clear up before then. But that's what is happening around here. We're still fighting the battle of the bed bugs. And we wrapped our mattresses in the master bedroom. Yesterday, we went to Walmart and bought the covers to cover the whole mattress. I sprayed everything down with rubbing alcohol, because rubbing alcohol will kill any insect on contact. Hey, Deanna, welcome in. And everything got sprayed down, and then we also took the lining off the box spring, and I sprayed underneath there really good. Got both box spring and the mattress covered in those covers. And I told my husband if we have to, we'll go back in there and we'll tape over the zipper part, because it does have a zipper. And I didn't even know that they carried the bedding bags for bed bugs until we went looking. But of course, our Walmart didn't have them in stock. We had to get the plain bed covers to put on the mattresses that covers the entire mattress. And I have been bagging up stuff and throwing it out the door and spraying everything down. Yeah, Papa's Kitchen. You had all those pies and stuff, though, that looked awfully good not too long ago. And I was thinking, I really need to get in there and do something towards my Thanksgiving supper, but I have not done it yet. And we did go to the Ibotta app. I don't know if y'all know about that or not, but Ibotta usually has, you can get a free turkey or a free meal with the Ibotta app at Kroger's. If you have a Kroger in your area, there may be other stores in your area that's on Ibotta that does the same thing, but you go in there and you purchase it, and then they reimburse you the money. So we've done that a couple of times in the past, and it always worked out well with us. I did have a friend though that had the Avada app, and her phone went crazy. So I don't know what was going on there. Deanna says we have chili every year for Thanksgiving. Well, we just finished off our chili, and I don't think we're going to want any chili anytime soon. But that's a good idea. And I honestly thought about us just going out to eat. That means no cooking, no cleanup, no leftovers, nothing, so you get the one meal and you're done. We may end up doing that depending on how I'm feeling. And if this bed bug issue doesn't get cleared up before Thanksgiving. I've ordered some spray off of Amazon that we're going to spray down the entire house just to make sure that there is no buggies anywhere, because that is the worst feeling in the world, is to know that there's something out there and you start itching. We did, and I literally mean we sprayed down all our furniture in the house, and I started out with a bug spray that we bought, and all it did was make them run. I don't want them running. I want them dead. And so I went online and looked, and rubbing alcohol, I know kills bugs. I remember doing that in elementary school. We had a bug project, and we had to catch the bugs and pin them to a board and identify them as a science project. And the way we caught them was to put a little bit of rubbing alcohol in a jar, and you caught the bug in the jar, you closed the lid, and the bug died, and then you could pull it out, and it was already preserved, and you just stuck your pin in it and pinned it to the board. So, y'all, this bottle here is 16 ounces. I went through 4.5 bottles of rubbing alcohol, the 70% rubbing alcohol. Did a lot of spraying. We had the dogs outside. We locked the cat in his room until everything aired out, and then they could come back in. So, I mean, we have been doing our due diligence to take care of this issue. Now, the chair that was infested went straight out the door last week, and we had hoped that we had caught it before they started spreading. Unfortunately, I found a few, not a lot, but a few, and I'm finding one sporadically here and there. So I told my husband we need to go ahead and just douse the house, the perimeters inside and out, and behind all the furniture and every place that they possibly can hide, and take care of that issue. And I'm one of those people. I don't like mice. I don't like roaches. I don't like spiders. I don't like snakes, and I certainly do not like bed bugs or ticks. So we're going to have to get to the bottom of it. Pat Stang says, I just about got all my Thanksgiving stuff, and I got a turkey after the 4th of July. It was 49 cents a pound. So I got a 22-pound bird for supper cheap. It's been in the freezer ever since. You were smart. See, last year we had 2 extra turkeys in our freezer. And so the beginning of the year, I pulled them out and I canned them. So even if we don't buy a turkey, I've got canned turkey. We can do turkey pot pie, turkey soup, turkey something with that. I could do a turkey and gravy and just put it over the dressing. So if I don't get a turkey, it'll be all right. We also have chicken in the freezer. We can do chicken, But I'm one of those people that likes to have turkey, but I also like to have ham. And this year we have a ham roast, which I've never cooked one before. And that's going to be what we had planned for our Thanksgiving meal, was that ham roast. And the turkeys, the cheapest we found it in our area was 88 cents a pound. So if you're finding it any cheaper out there, let me know. I'm really interested in what the prices are. Yeah, homemade turkey pot pie does sound good. especially with this cold weather. And you can make the dressing. Hey, Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow. Welcome in, Mr. Kevin. We appreciate you coming in. But you can make your dressing in advance, and you can actually have a layer of dressing, a layer of mashed potatoes, and then a layer of turkey, and put it in a pie shell, and then top it off with your homemade gravy, and have a turkey and dressing meal all in one pot pie. So that would be a way to go for us, because we don't mind the food being mixed. But there's some people out there that don't like that. They don't like their food touching. But we're thinking about possibly that we're going to have to eat out or do something. And it's going to be interesting to see how we go about that, and if we can get this other issue cleared up. And I'm hoping and praying, because I called my husband yesterday. I was almost in tears about maybe having to throw all our furniture out the door, just to get rid of it. Deanna says, my hubby doesn't like turkey, so that's why I make chili for Thanksgiving. Well, in the past, we've also made homemade tamales. I've got 2 son-in-laws that are from Mexico, and they love tamales. And so every year when they were coming around, I would make a huge pot of tamales along with the turkey and the ham. So tamales is another thing that we could do. And I could probably do some turkey tamales, since I got canned turkey in that pantry. Bad Stain says, my wife thinks I'm weird for mixing my food. Well, I'm from the deep South, and I think you are too. And a lot of times we would mix all our breakfast foods in one bowl and eat it that way. Have you ever had a breakfast bowl where you take your eggs and your sausage and your grits and your gravy and your biscuit, and it all goes in the bowl? Deanna says, as long as he's happy. Yep, that's all that matters. Creative is awesome. I'm not creative at all, y'all, in the kitchen. I just, I have a lot of recipes that are in my head from watching my grandmother cook, and then working in the restaurant field for so long, and then becoming a manager years later. All of that stuff stuck, and I have a tendency to manage everything now because of the management background that I have. The administrative and management was something that stuck with me too. So I usually already have my meal planned, at least have it planned out. I usually will make the pies maybe a day or 2 before Thanksgiving and have them in the refrigerator ready to go. Yep. Bad Stain says, I'll mix dressing, turkey, greens, mac and cheese, and cranberry sauce in a bowl. Yep. And Magic says, same grandma and mom taught me too. Yep. My mom and my grandmas were phenomenal cooks. They really could cook anything that they put their mind to. Of course, the cookbook my mother had was from the 1890s. It had been passed down to her, and I don't know whatever happened to that cookbook. But there are days I wish I had that cookbook, because everything in there was made from scratch. Every recipe gave you step by step from scratch how to do certain things, and it was a great cookbook. Tarsha says, we won't be having Thanksgiving at home, and I'm forced to make my famous dressing. Well, Tarsha, at least you're known for your dressing. Sounds good. Hey, Randy, we appreciate you coming in. And Barb, welcome in. Welcome in. I'm so glad that y'all are here. Now, anybody that would like to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to. I just need to be able to see your face and recognize your channel. And so far, I think we're pretty much all home folks here. Several people that have been here several times in the past. So I really appreciate that. And I really don't have much to talk about today, so I really need somebody to come up and talk with me. The chickens are doing great outside. We've actually put hay out for the ducks, the chickens, and the turkeys. We put a nest box in with the turkeys, and we need 2 more nest boxes in there. But they're pretty much making their own nest spots in the pen. We noticed that with the turkeys. Magic says Italiana family. They love cooking and family, and grandma was full-blooded Sicilian. All right. Yeah, those Sicilians can cook. I know a few of them up in New York State. They can cook. And I'd love to have a good antipasta recipe. So if you have a good antipasta recipe, send it to me in my email. It's on my About page. We get excited when the holidays get near. I'm already thinking about putting up the Christmas tree. Barb, I did not get a card yet, but I haven't been down to check my post office box. It may be sitting there. I usually don't get to check my box but once a week, and it's on Saturday. Old Man King Homestead, welcome in. And Big Guinea Pig Love, I think you're new. Yes, we've read that too, also about the food grade. Damascus earth can kill bed bugs, and you use it for fleas. Yeah. The bed bugs, y'all, this was a brand new chair that had been given to us. I mean, the lady had bought it. She bought it for her son, and then they decided he didn't want the chair. He couldn't take it back to where he's mentally disabled, and he could not take it back to his room. So they had to do something with the chair, and she offered it to us, and she paid over $500 for that chair, y'all. And it just broke my heart to throw it out the door. It was a beautiful chair. But we believe that the bed bugs came inside the chair, and they were hatching, and we just did not catch it. We didn't see anything on the chair when we brought it in. I mean, it was just one of those things. But when we flipped that chair over, I knew that chair came with it. Hey, Faith and Feathers, Miss Bonnie. I'm so glad that you're here, Miss Bonnie. If you'd like to come up on panel, you're more than welcome to, honey. I'd love to see you up here. And I'm going to go ahead and drop the link again just so you don't have to go scrolling back up to the top to find it. Let me get the right link. I don't know why that popped up. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to y'all, and I haven't written anybody's names down, but I'll go back through the chat and make sure that I catch all your names. Normally, I'm over here writing everybody's names down because I love to go back and I love to check your channels out and give you some watch time. It may only be 10 minutes. It may be 5 minutes, but at least it's something. And last week I had 66 videos that I went through. So I think when I get up to about 75 or 80, I may have to stop doing that because I can't keep up. But I try to watch the videos in the evening when I'm not busy. And that's why a lot of times you will not see me on at night doing lives, because I'm just too exhausted after having a long day. My day usually starts anywhere from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m., depending on if I sleep in or not. And right now I'm going out and I'm taking care of all the birds in the yard 4 times a day. When winter months come in, their time outside is shortened. So we try to do as much with them, interaction and everything with them during the daylight hours, and get them trained to go back into their kennels at night, their coops. And I also go out there because we have chickens that are eating their eggs. And so I'm out there collecting eggs 3 and 4 times a day. And then the last trip out there, of course, is to close down everybody and get them ready for bed. So that's always fun in the wintertime, because that means I spend a lot of time outside in the cold air. You know, they say the cold air is what helps keep your skin looking young, but I don't know about that. Yes, Deanna, that is a crocheted sleeve on my jar. It's actually a cover. It covers the bottom. And that's just a half double crochet, I think. And then I just tie it. I look online. I look online for crochet patterns that are free. And that more than likely was one of those free patterns that I came across. And I said, well, I'm going to try that one. And I've got several covers that I use. Thank you, Tarsha. I appreciate that. Thank you so much about that, Deanna. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's old. I've had it on there I've had that cover for over a year now. I always do them in 100% cotton, and they hold up very well in the washer too. So it's held up. It doesn't look as good as it did when I first made it, but it's looking all right. It's got a few little picks on it, like anything that gets old. But that's one of the beautiful things that I do crochet. But everything I crochet has to be something useful. I just don't get out there and crochet stuff that I can't use or somebody else can't use. Bad Stain says, now, Susan, I need you to be honest. Do you read the Chickens of Bedtime story? No, I don't. Magic says that's one crazy cool, one cozy jar cool again. Well, I appreciate that. No, I don't read the Chickens of Bedtime story, but I do talk to them. You know, I call them in, and I have a little talk with them before they go to bed. And I usually have at least one or two that I have to literally chase around the pen to get them into their coop at night because they don't want to go up. And I really should bring my camera out there and videotape that because it's just so funny to watch. And we're going to have Bonnie coming up here in just a moment. Waiting for her picture to show up. There she is.
Hi, everybody.
I see you, Bonnie. I'm getting you up. My computer's acting stupid today. Come on.
Mine too.
There it goes.
Oh, do I really look like that?
You weren't in all the way, I don't think. Hang on, Bonnie. Why is it not going up into my... Okay. Hang on, Bonnie. I added her, but it's not coming up. I'm not getting anything. My computer is froze, I guess. Can y'all hear me out there? Let's try this again. There we go. All right. Technical difficulties, y'all. Come on, Bonnie. She's walked away from her chair. Can y'all see Bonnie on screen? Because I'm getting nothing but a black screen over here. I'm looking to see if she's going to come up. Okay, everything's good on this end, and she disappeared again. Add to screen. I'm having technical difficulties, y'all. Come on, add to screen. I didn't know they had an authenticate with YouTube thing on these channels. There she is. Maybe she'll come back in a moment. But y'all, it's just been really interesting around here. Thank you, Magic, for doing the 5x5. I appreciate that. And now her mic is muted. What the heck? Well, maybe it'll come up here in a moment. Oh, so we've talked about turkey and dressing and bed bugs and pies. Oh my goodness, what is going on with this thing? Her mic should not be muted. Anyway, okay, you seen her? Yeah, there she is. But hang on, Bonnie. Okay. Can you hear me, Bonnie? I can't hear you, Bonnie.
Okay.
And she fell off the screen again. Hang on. I'm having technical difficulties there, Bonnie. You should be popping up on screen. Yeah, I think there's something going on. Here we go. Getting her name, and I'm not seeing Bonnie. I see you in the basement, Bonnie, but I don't see you up there. There it goes. We were having some technical difficulty getting you up there.
Oh, wait. Okay, live chat.
Make sure that you got your YouTube, YouTube channel down. Yeah. Make sure you got YouTube tab off.
And okay, test. And back to
hey, Bonnie.
StreamYard.
How are you?
I've been better.
Yeah.
Been better.
I'm hearing background
week of my life.
I know, honey. And I wanted to talk to you so bad.
Okay, is that
y'all,
better?
Bonnie has had a tragedy in her family.
My honey, he went to be with Jesus.
Yeah, her husband went to be with Jesus.
Okay.
Her hubby monster, y'all. His uniform.
I'll go get it.
What a blessing. Yeah, it's a slight echo. I think she's got a tab up. That's a beautiful uniform.
Yeah. There, Andy. Oregon Ducks hat. His duckies.
That's sweet. Bonnie, have you got a cell? Have you got a cell phone? Have you got a cell phone sitting beside you that's on, maybe on YouTube?
No.
And no YouTube app up. I mean, no YouTube tab.
I could. Nope.
Okay. I don't know why we're getting back feed somewhere, and it's not mine. I'm gonna turn my phone off just to make double sure. That's okay. Miss Bonnie has lost her husband, y'all, and she needs lots and lots of prayers. And we love Miss Bonnie tremendously, and we want her joy to come back. And I literally broke down crying when I read her message to me. And it broke my heart, Miss Bonnie. Yeah. He had a heart attack. Has she? That's a blessing. Sometimes families just fall apart, but that's a blessing when family can be there and support you. But Miss Bonnie is a real need of prayer, but she also needs subscribers to her YouTube channel, y'all. Yesterday, I think she had 46 subscribers or 46 buses. I keep forgetting. I'm supposed to say the word bus.
Get on the bus.
Get on the bus.
Thank you, guys. Hi, Deanna. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Tarsha. It was out of the blue. He got promoted at work about 3 months ago, and it just upped his stress level like you wouldn't believe. And he started having a little bit of chest pains. And we did what we could trying to correct with the diet and supplements. He was taking fish oil and garlic oil and multivitamins and almost left coffee completely. I switched to decaf, and he was drinking herbal teas and nothing. He came in the morning. We were getting up. It was about 6 o'clock in the morning. I looked at the clock, said, "Oh, we got a few hours before church." Y'all hearing me okay?
I can hear you fine. Can everybody else hear?
Okay. Well, he got up first and put his little tea kettle on that I got for him, and he went in his room over there to look at the headlines on the internet. And so I got up a little while later, didn't want to. And I was sitting here in the living room watching, YouTube, just whatever. And I kept saying, I said twice, "Michael, your tea kettle's whistling." And well, his doorway here, if I lean back in my chair, I could see his desk. And I would usually see about that much of his little bald head over the top of his computer. Well, "Michael, come get your tea." So he eventually came in and got his tea, went back in his room. 5 minutes later, right where I'm sitting, I had a dog in a kennel. That was his dog, the big dog. And that dog and him were like this. Well, about 5 minutes later, just out of the blue, that dog started barking. There was no reason for that dog to bark. And something in me just said, "Hey, hey." I leaned back and looked in his room, and I didn't see the top of his head. So I went in there, and he was sitting in his chair, clutching his heart. And his eyes were just not focused. And I lost it. I called 911. And the guy said, "Get him on the floor, get him on the floor, do compressions." And I had to drag him by his feet onto the floor. And while I was trying to get him arranged, I heard the last breath leave his body. And I was doing the chest compressions. Since we're so out in the middle of nowhere, it took the EMTs 20 minutes to find us. And I was trying so hard to do those chest compressions. And the guy said, "Now I want you to put your hands together and I want you to go down 2 inches." I got the phone in one hand. I'm a feeble old woman and I'm just pushing with one hand. And I was just a wreck, and I was screaming and crying. And I had to close his eyes because I couldn't take that. Well, we kept him in there up at the medical center. I was up there almost a whole weekend. Me and my daughter Michelle. She loved him as much as I. we talked to everybody. We had 3 different pastors coming up there and being with us. My church, I can't believe I have met the Church of God. I have met the Bride of Christ. My back still hurts from all the hugs Sunday. But they're like, I said to my main pastor, Pastor Chad, I said, Pastor, you look me in the eyes. If that man is no longer in his body, you tell me. I am not going to pull a plug. If there is any chance that my husband and my baby girl's dad can come back, and he said, sweetheart, he's with Jesus and he's been with Jesus. So Saturday, we had him turn all the machines off, and I went down there. I couldn't. I had to leave. And my daughter's still figured a newlywed. She just had a baby about a year and a half ago, and I left. I got out. I couldn't. I went outside, and I texted back into the ladies at the desk. I said, I can't do this. You let Michelle's husband in there. So my son-in-law went in there, and he was more than glad to. And he passed peacefully. I said, Chris, was there any violence or anything? And he said, not at all. He said, as a matter of fact, his heart rate had been dropping all along. So my strong husband's little heart just couldn't do it anymore. And he'd been knowing this. He'd been knowing it, Susan. Last 3 months, he'd said some stuff, and I kept telling him to shut up. Well, if anything happens to me, I want my grill and smoker thing to go to my son-in-law, and shut up. Ain't nothing going to happen to you. Shut up. And he just, over and over again, I caught him with funny looks on his face. Just, I think they call it 1,000-yard stare or something. And he was thinking, and he told me over and over again, honey, or corn bag, if anything happens to me, there's $200 in an envelope in my desk, and just stuff like that. 2 weeks ago, he showed me his ATM cards and grilled me on the those little 4-number things.
The
he's
PIN
like,
numbers.
now what's this? Yeah, and I would repeat back to him, and he's like, okay, now those are in an envelope over here. And he knew, and I'm mad at him. But about the pulling the plug thing, my baby sister Lori is in Florida, and she's a trauma nurse. And she said 3 minutes. 3 minutes, he was gone. After 3 minutes, massive brain damage was what they kept telling me. They said, this man is in a vegetative state, and he will never come out of it. And my baby sister said that it's true. She said that her family's instructed that if 4 minutes pass, they're not to revive her. And she said, honey, your husband died in your arms. And that 20 minutes just destroyed everything. I'm sorry, I'm yammering on. You go ahead and say something.
No, I want
Sorry
you to
for
talk it out
sniveling.
because we're your friends and we love you so much, Bonnie. And I cannot express my feelings for you.
Thank you.
But you have a community right
most
here that
horrible
loves you. And if you need anything, you let us know. If there's something that we can help you with financially or whatever, you let us know. We'll do what we can to help you. I do know that Bonnie's landlord has told her not to worry about things, and her church family has reached out to her in tremendous ways. It's all God. And I can testify to you, Bonnie, that my dad did the same thing before he passed away. He started telling me things. I kept saying, Dad, shut up. you're not going anywhere.
Shut up, Dad.
But sometimes they know in advance, and he was trying to prepare you, and that's true love right there. He was trying to prepare you, and I know. I don't know what it's like to lose a spouse or a child. I do know what it's like to lose parents, and it's never easy. And right now, you're going through your mad at 'em stage, and that's normal. That's perfectly normal, and you have every right to feel that way. So don't you dare think that you should feel guilty about that. And you'll go through many more stages. And I sent you my phone number because I want you to stay in contact one way or the other. I want you to be able to contact me at any time. And let's just talk if you need to talk. But Miss Bonnie needs a lot of prayers, y'all. She needs prayers that will hug her because I know the pain that she's feeling. Hey, Rebecca, Touched by Yard. Smallholder Homestead came in. There was a couple of other ones that came in. I'm sorry if I missed you. I know Vision Preparedness came in. I tried to tell you hello in the chat so while she was talking. But y'all, Miss Bonnie lost her husband, her love of her life. And yeah, she needs a lot of prayers. And she also needs y'all to go over, if you haven't already subscribed to her page, please go subscribe to her and share her videos out. Let's get this woman up to 1,000 subscribers so that she can get monetized, and that will help her financially along the way. Miss Bonnie has some beautiful artwork, and I told her that if she wanted to, she could try to sell some of the artwork or auction it off in my letter. Hey, Where to Begin Homestead, welcome in. We got a heavy heart today from Miss Bonnie. But Miss Bonnie, you could make photocopies of your paintings, and you can auction those off, or you can sell them. That will help raise money that you might need for anything, from burying your husband or whatever that you might need it for. And I'm going to open the door here, and you let me know if this is okay with you. But if anybody wants to help support Miss Bonnie, I have her address, and if you email me, I will be glad to send it to you if Miss Bonnie approves. But as a community, I think that we need to support this lady. Thank you, Challenging Kitchen. I appreciate that. Death is never easy.
The VA, Michael kept saying another thing that he's kept saying. If anything happens to me, shut up, Michael. But if anything happens to me, the VA will pay for everything. So Michelle, my youngest daughter, and I have an appointment with them Friday morning, and the poor man still sitting over there at the hospital. But I know it's not him. But we're gonna wait till after the Thanksgiving holiday, probably the Monday after, to do the funeral and stuff like that. But he said that the VA should pay for everything. The funeral, yep. I don't know. I've never done any of this stuff.
Well, if they do the burial, at a VA cemetery, then both of your funerals will be covered by the VA. I do know that, and you will be buried on top of him. They buried the spouse on top. But you're also probably going to be able to get
awkward.
Yeah, you're also going to be able to get some support, for spousal support, and probably through the VA for that too, because I don't know what all he was getting from the VA, but they should continue to pay you. And I see that Shift Kicker has come in. Thank you for coming in. You're new here, and I appreciate your support. Rebecca Touched by Yarn, I appreciate you for joining
Hey,
Bonnie's
Sweeney.
channel. And Sweeney's Creek Farms, thank you for coming in. Y'all, this has just been a very, very sad time for Miss Bonnie. Her husband did pass away. It was unexpected for her, and yes, you're truly blessed, honey. God provides in ways that we don't expect. So right now, I'm asking you, Miss Bonnie, if anybody reaches out to me and wants to send you something in the mail, may I give your address to them?
Sure. Absolutely. Okay. And you know what? Some of the ladies at the church, I'm a widow now. I'm a widow. But some of the widow ladies at church, mostly around my age or older, they've been giving me cards, and they know what I'm going through, and these cards have just absolutely touched me. So if anybody wants to send me a card, I'm loving the cards.
Yeah. I see that Marcia Knitting 101 came in. I appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of this. Shift Kicker says, may the Lord help you find peace and comfort. And I know that the Lord is going to be your comforter, but he's also going to be your husband from here on out. The Bible is very clear about that.
Amen.
That he takes you under his wing. And the church should be able to help you also with some of the things, getting reorganized, resituated in whatever capacity that you need. And there are community programs out there that can help you financially with internet service, with your electrical bills and stuff like that. There are programs out there for low-income families that can get your internet for almost nothing. In some places you can get
that would be great.
It for nothing. So you need to be looking into all of that. Hey, Jamie's Country Living, welcome in. This is Miss Bonnie from Faith and Feathers, and she has recently lost her husband, y'all, and it's so sad. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I want everybody to understand. Hey, Chris and Larry, appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. I absolutely adore each one of your of these channels out there. I am so thankful for you. Yeah, she got the sticker, y'all. I sent Miss Bonnie a sticker. Miss Bonnie has been a tremendous support to my channel, and I appreciate her so much. And I have friended her. I've never met her in person, but I have friended her, and I know the kind of heart that she has. And she's a very giving person. And her husband had an egg ministry,
Susan
y'all.
Also sent me an eye.
Yeah, I sent her an eye hook. I'm glad you got that.
The kung fu eye.
But
that gave me a big smile.
Yeah. I want your smile to come back to you naturally, and your sense of humor and everything. And Where to Begin Homestead said they just subscribed to you, Bonnie. Thank you very much for doing that. Y'all share her videos out and get the word out that she needs to be bussed. She's got some tremendous content on her YouTube page. She has a lot of shorts. And I want her to be able to, oh boy.
I'm open however I can.
But Miss Bonnie's husband had an egg ministry. You want to tell them about your egg ministry?
Sure. Our landlord is just awesome, and we've had him for just probably like 6 years now. And he came to us one day, and he's got this place over across the way, literally if you walk for a minute, you can get to where we were before. And he said, this place, he said, I lived there for 20 years. And he said, it's a cute little place. It's bigger than this. If y'all want it, I'll keep your rent the same. And you pay me electric, pay me $20 a month for water. And he said, you can do with it whatever you want. There's 9 acres here. And he said, do whatever you want. And we never really figured out much what to do. But right away, Michael said, I heard him calling him on the phone. Hey, Mr. Eller, how you doing, big guy? And he asked him, said, can we have chickens? And I'm over here typing on my computer, and I'm typing. I was like, did he just, yeah. So Mr. Eller said, I heard, can we have chickens? And then there was a pause, and then I heard, of course you can. You know what? Can I have chickens? Can I have eggs? That's exactly what the conversation was. So we moved over here, built 2 coops, and all of a sudden he starts bringing me these little boxes home, sneaking off to the feed store, buying me baby chickens. So and I was like, you just asked Mr. Eller if we could have chickens, and he said, don't you want chickens? I was like, yeah, of course. So we wound up with, including the guineas and all 3 roosters, I think we had 34 or 35 birds altogether. And Michael said, he said, I am not selling even one of these eggs. He said, we are raising the chickens, we are getting the eggs because we are going to help our brothers and sisters. And that's exactly what happened. Our pastor had a heart attack and got through that. We were taking 24 eggs a week to his house for his family. He's married and he's got 2 kids, growing kids, around 12. And so we were taking them 24 eggs a week. And then our landlord said, well, he got sick. He's still recovering. So sick, so frail. And he called Michael and said, Michael, I'm just really bad. He said, the only thing that I can keep down right now is your eggs. And Michael said, we got you. He jumped in the car within an hour. He had 24 eggs up there for Mr. Eller. And he hated the fact that he'd been in the military for 24 years, but that's where God wanted him. And look what God made him into. He actually retired from the Oregon National Guard. He had a guardsman's heart. The Congressional Medal of Honor, right there. He got that for the work he did in Katrina with the Oregon National Guard. And so he gave and gave and gave. And sometimes he would get cursed for it. But all of the giving that he did to the church and all the giving that he did to our friends and stuff from the church, everybody just adored him. Everybody, and the church is just wiped out. They're just, they're so sad. I have had so many people cry at me and cry with me. And I don't want to saint the guy. Oh, he was not perfect. No. I'm sure you understand that, but the egg ministry, the day, God, on Saturday, the day that we allowed his body to go, I'll say it like that, he had a running total, we called it the egg decatur, every day what the chickens would lay, and their record was 19. On the day that Michelle and I let him go completely, the chickens laid exactly 20 eggs that day.
Oh my goodness.
And Yeah. It was like they did a little salute, but I talked to my landlord, I mean, right away, and he said, "Honey, I'm really concerned about you. Don't sign nothing." He said, "You're gonna probably have trouble keeping up with them chickens." And I said, "I am." And I was before all of this. And he said, "Well, you go ahead and you get rid of some of them chickens, but don't change anything." So I had about 30. We lost one last week, Taterbug, or 2 weeks ago, Taterbug died. But a family from church stepped up and said, "We will take as many of those chickens as you want to give." And so they got 10. They got Rocco and all of his girls, including Maybelline. Her nickname is the Bus because she lays eggs that are the size of an NFL football.
Oh my goodness.
Michael, the first time he ever saw it, he's like, "Look at the size of that egg. I don't know whether to congratulate her or call an ambulance." So this very nice couple from church, there's 10 of them. And my landlord's grandkids have been wanting to get chickens, and they've got a new baby and stuff, and they are right now over at their place, which is about 4 miles down the road, building a coop. And they came over the other day and they said, oh, they saw Levi, and their eyes just lit up. They're like, "We want him and his girls." So probably this evening they're going to come by and slog through the mud. The mud is horrible. It smells. So they've got another 10, and they are his granddaughter. The first time she came over to look at the chickens, I told her what was going on. This girl put her hands on my shoulders, looked me in the face, and said, "I want to pray with you." And she prayed over me right then, right there. I keep running into this. South Carolina, we used to joke around, mostly Michael used to joke around, that if you throw a brick, you'll hit a Baptist. And my pastor's like, "Why are you throwing bricks at Baptists?" But it's just such a great place to be. The love and the compassion is amazing. So I'm still going to have 10 chickens, Diesel, and I'm keeping all my favorites, Eva and Jaja and Muffin and Coco, all of my very favorites, and Diesel, of course, love Diesel. And we've got Diesel's baby. You saw Diesel's son here last time I was on. They're teenagers now. They're about ready to go out. So his ministry ain't taking any money for them chickens. I know what a good laying hen goes for. Not a dime. Not a dime. Michael said that he heard from the Holy Spirit that as long as he never took a dime for those eggs, that God himself would make sure those chickens got fed. And we have blessed so many people. They were calling us the egg folks at church. So there's still a blessing in this. These chickens, they're going to feed me. I'm probably still going to be able to give a dozen a week to Pastor, because after he had that heart attack, Pastor had that heart attack, they diagnosed him with mouth cancer. And this man preaches the gospel every Sunday. Every time he's up there preaching, he slides it in. How to get saved. And so it's ongoing. The egg ministry will still continue on. Okay, I blabbed long enough. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I love you guys. All of y'all posting prayers. And
I'm down here just welcoming in some more people. My computer, for some reason, was not allowing me to send my message through. But hello to Janet and to the handicapped traveler. I appreciate y'all coming in. Miss Bonnie has given quite a testimony of her husband, and God's provision is already kicking in for her, and I just appreciate that. if you would go over and check out Miss Bonnie's channel and bus her and share her videos out, and let's get this lady rolling towards that 1K mark. It would help her out tremendously, I do believe, and we're going to continue to pray and believe that God is going to provide every need that Miss Bonnie has. And I just love her sweet face. I love this lady. She's got so much energy and charisma.
Oh, I was just going to say that.
Bonnie, you're just beautiful, inside and out.
If I run out of food, which Michael has been packing the place. Michael went mini prepper for a while there, and he has got this place packed out with food. But I was just going to say, if worse comes to worse, I got eggs. Those girls still lay.
You got eggs. Well, that's what I kept telling my husband. I said, worst comes to worst, and we cannot afford to get meat. We have eggs. So
yeah.
I laugh about it, but
food.
Yeah. And it's amazing that birds can turn worms and vegetables and grass and all those good things into eggs. It just amazes me. Yep. Well, I do appreciate you, Miss Bonnie, and I thank you very much for sharing. I know it was hard on you to do that, but the more you talk about this, the easier it will come in days to come. You'll have such fond memories of Michael, and you're already showing that you have very fond memories of him. And Tarsha has shared your channel out again. I appreciate you doing that, Tarsha. Thank you so much. Is there anything specific besides prayer that we can do for you right now?
No.
Just be friends?
He knew. I'm absolutely convinced he knew. So there's food in there. I'm out of coffee. I'm out of decaf. I'm using the full throttle stuff right now. The thing I liked the most about the decaf is I can have a cup of it and go to bed. But I've got the $200 that he had in the envelope, and a friend from church is coming to take me to Wednesday night services tonight, and maybe I'll hit a General Dollar on the way back, and it's good. It's good. One thing that I should say, we have Tuesday night Bible study at pretty much both of our besties' house, Joe and Roxy. Joe is Michael's bestie, and Roxy's pretty much my bestie. And Joe last night said that he has never, and they've been with me all week, whether I wanted them there or not. And Roxy's like, oh, we're going to pester you. But last night, Joe was talking to the rest of the Bible group, and he said that he has never seen this sort of peace on a person who's going through this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, the church has been praying. And I have it. I feel it. When Michelle was up there in the room with him and they were removing the machines, Joe and Roxy found me outside. I was out there trying to be alone. Come on, guys. No, they wouldn't let me be alone. And the minute those machines were removed and turned off, I was just standing there, and Joe and Roxy were sitting here, and I felt a clarity come into me. Just there had been a darkness on me. If y'all know what I'm talking about, please say something. But it was like a wet, hot blanket on me, to where I was almost physically bowed down, and I couldn't think. I was considering signing a power of attorney to my daughter because I was just so out. But at that moment, I knew because they were texting me, that is when they removed the machines, and he just very quietly stopped breathing, heart stopped beating, and that clarity. And I could even see better. And I was looking around, and Roxy and Joe said that there was a change, a physical change that came over me. And I know that was the Holy Spirit, literally in his comforter. What would you say? In his comforter mode. That's the only thing I can think of it.
Absolutely.
What do y'all?
I truly believe that you were surrounded by angels.
Big angels with bats.
Yes, and angels are comforters too. They come to us and they comfort us in our times of need. God sends angels to us all the time. We just don't know it. We don't recognize it, but they're there. And it's such a
Janet,
wonderful thing to know that peace came over you like that.
Janet said that being alone is the hardest part. And absolutely, absolutely. In the morning when I wake up, the second my brain kicks on, I start crying, and I just have no control over that. And then at night, this is nothing weird, but we have this little dog, Taz. She's Coco Bean's twin. She has Taz has a little bed on our bed towards the foot, and we would play with her in the evenings right before we go to sleep. And Taz will run in there now and jump on the bed, and she'll look around for Dad, and she'll cry. And the evenings are the hardest.
Yeah.
You can actually. That's it.
You can actually comfort her by giving her one of his shirts.
Oh,
Put
really?
one of his
pieces of
clothing down. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit there. I'll sit there in my chair. Yeah, she'll be watching me. She watches me constantly, and I'll be sitting in my chair, and my head will dip down a little bit, and I'll start getting sad. And that dog is off that couch and on me and crying and just mauling me. And she knows this to somehow. Am I lagging?
Yeah, dogs feel it. I mean, they do feel it. When my dad passed away, their little dog, the little male dog, cried and cried until my stepmom put a shirt down in the corner for him. And he would go over there and he would go over there and lay down. I'm inviting Janet Homestead, where you are, to come up. She's going through a loss also. And I think this is a good time for us to do some healing together and some bonding, because, it's hard to let go. God knows it's hard for us to let go of a loved one. And when you have other people that are sharing the same thing, that can help you heal.
What's going on up here?
You got to go take care of the puppy. But y'all, when you feel that loss, it is just so hard to get over. And, my dad passed away in 1997. My mom died in 1986. And I still feel that loss all these years later. That person never truly leaves you because you have all the memories. And there are days that I go outside. Yeah, you have his daughter, but I mean, I go outside and I talk to my mom and my dad to this day. And they've been gone many, many years. It's just, you never get past that when you love somebody that deeply. And, a love of a spouse there's a bond like no other bond because that person at one time might have been a stranger to you, but yet you love them. I'm waiting for Miss Janet to come up. I'm going to give her a little time to talk, but we're going to get back to you too, Miss Bonnie.
Oh, don't mind me. I'm doing
No,
good.
I mean,
Thank you,
I'm going
guys.
to,
Thank you,
we're going
all
to have
of
time
you.
to talk. I'm waiting for my computer to catch up. My computer is
give it
acting
a
very, very
fat
slow
life.
today, and I have no clue why. And I'm going to have to change my position so I can plug in, I think. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and add her to the stream, and maybe she'll pop up. Give me just a moment.
Hello.
How you doing, Janet?
I'm
She's
getting
coming
through it.
up. I'm awaiting. Y'all.
My favorite chicken is named Janet. I just wanted to mention that.
Hey, Miss Janet, when you get up here, I appreciate you being here. My computer is lagging today.
Yeah, that's why I'm on my
my
phone. I'm
chickens
having
are
trouble with
freaking
my
out.
Michelle
Hang on.
Crochets in Kansas, welcome in. If I didn't say hello to you.
What, God?
While I'm waiting for them, for Janet to come up, my computer is just slow, y'all. I don't know if y'all are seeing her yet or not, but my computer is just so super slow. There she is. Hey, Miss Janet. I'm sorry that you're going through a loss also, and I wanted to give you time to come up here and talk a little bit about that. And if there's anything our community can do to help you, you just let us know.
Yeah.
We'll try to reach out to you.
My stepson passed away a week ago today. He was 28 years old, and he had some medical issues that the doctors were trying to figure out, but nothing that ever made anybody think this was going to happen. So it's been rough.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you're lagging quite a bit for me, and I have no idea what you're saying there. I can see you're talking.
I can't imagine losing a child, even if it is a stepchild. I can't imagine.
Well, I've been here with him for 10 years, so. And he lived with us.
So how are you coping?
Well, I've cleaned my house from top to bottom. Yeah, and we've had
It's very therapeutic cleaning.
I said, how are you coping?
Yeah, I've rearranged cabinets and rearranged the pantry, cleaned out
I
stuff.
completely rearranged my bedroom. Yeah. I think there's a thing in there.
Yeah, I'm so sorry that you had to go through that, and
I just feel
I know that you're missing him.
And cleaning is good for. Sorry. I can't hear you, Miss Susan.
Yeah, I think her computer's having trouble keeping up.
Punch it. Hit it with a Twinkie. We could
But
sit
yeah, other
Miss
than that,
Tarsha on it.
we've had some family here, off and on, but for the most part, it's just me and my husband.
Yeah.
And the thing
And-
is, we just lost his mother, who also lived with us, less than 6 months ago. So in a span of
Oh.
less than 6 months, we've gone from a household of 4 to a household of 2. So
Oh, I can't imagine.
Yeah. Well, neither one of you are worthless. I'll tell you that much. God loves you more than you know.
yeah, it's been hard, but we're getting through, and we're
Yeah.
finding out he had an amazing group of friends. I mean, we knew that the core
There's the
group
Miss
of about
Bonnie I
10
love.
There's a core group of about 10 guys that we knew about, but it's incredible
Whoa.
how many people he touched that we had no clue. As a matter of fact, in the span of 2 days, they came over and brought almost $2,000 to help pay for stuff,
Oh my gosh.
just like that.
I know that you're going to go through all
Oh
the
my
stages.
goodness.
Yeah.
You got a church?
Yes.
Oh, hallelujah.
Yeah, that helps.
Yeah. And them prayers, I know I'm feeling them.
Yeah.
Everybody's praying for peace and wisdom and strength. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
And they keep
But
trying
we'll
to
make it
feed
through.
me. Oh, thanks, guys. Somebody wanted to bring me chicken and dumplings. And I was like, well, I'm a widow now. and
Hopefully
now I
y'all
get to
can
be
hear me
fat.
now. If you can't, just let
I
me
can.
know.
You're hung though. I can't see you moving. Are you still lagging behind us?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, I think we've been.
Yeah, you're.
People were here
Oh,
on
go ahead. Sorry.
Saturday. We had a large group of people here that all brought food, and I think we've been eating on that ever since. There's so much of it.
Are you down here in the south near me?
No, I'm actually in California.
Oh, that's not south. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it may be a southern thing that every time you move, somebody's gonna give you a piece of cornbread or something, but it does help.
Oh, well.
They've been making me soup.
Yeah.
Are you caught up, Miss Susan? Oh, now your mouth's moving and I can't hear you.
Yeah, I think she said I'm back.
Oh.
Yeah, I might have to drop off of here. I think I'm slowing you down too much. The more people you have, the harder the computer works.
I got all the junk food I could ever want. The
Oh,
church
yeah, me
donated
too.
2 huge things of Nutty Buddies, 2 huge things of Ding Dongs, and 2 huge things of Twinkies. I'm not only going to be fat, I'm not going to have any teeth.
Right. And not going to be able to fit in
I'm
the clothes.
back.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Are you caught up?
I think that's
Uh-oh.
from back when you said her mouth was moving.
Yeah, I'm back, but I'm not going
Yeah.
to talk. I'm going to let y'all two talk.
Oh, okay.
Those I love. Nutty bars are good. Good.
Oh, okay. She's current. She saw the Nutty Buddies. They're hurting my teeth. I had to give about half of them to my kids. I was like, you go home and get fat on some Nutty Buddies.
Right. But yeah, I'm not actually not going to stay on here very long. I think I'm bogging your computer down anyway. But I do have some things to do, and I have a live
I gotta get
in
going too.
an hour and
I
a
don't
half.
think so.
Do I have you? Can I bust to you?
Yeah, I'm getting a feedback
Can
on my
somebody-
end, and I don't know if it's me or what, but it's happening.
Miss Tarsha, are you still there? If you could post Miss Janet's link, I would. Is that it? Nope. I cannot communicate with Nightbot. Is that it? Oh, Miss Tarsha, would you mind posting Janet's link?
Well, Janet, I do appreciate
find
you
it.
coming up, and I keep you in my prayers. Thank you
Oh,
so
here it
much
is.
for sharing that.
Hold still, you stupid chat. Okay, got it.
Janet, drop your link before you leave. You just type in the word hillbilly.
Okay, I will.
Okay. What? Paste. Go. Oh,
It's
Look at
hillbilly. Just the word hillbilly.
okay. I'm going to take another look at that link because that didn't do it.
And if everybody that's out there, would
Okay.
you just hit the thumbs up for me? I'd appreciate it.
Okay, I think I got it now.
Thank you,
There
Tarsha.
it is. Okay.
Well, I'm sorry that I was getting a lag. The faster we get, the slower we get. Have y'all noticed that? So
Yeah.
anytime anybody has gone through
Okay, I
something
got
like
Janet. Oh, chickens, first video. That's awesome. I think I saw some golden comments. Okay, I got Janet. Okay, I'm good. So, how are you doing? How about them bears?
that, yay. Yes. Yeah, one of the things Michael gave you was chickens to love.
Yeah. And I just I don't think he would have been real happy if I'd have got rid of all of them. I just couldn't. I love chickens. I mean, it's all good.
We can tell you love the chickens.
I don't have my chicken paraphernalia up, but I got one over here. Chicken stuff.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yes. Well, Bonnie,
So what
I
you
will
got going on
definitely.
in your place?
I'll be praying for you, Bonnie. I know that you're going to be going through a lot in the next few days, but I want you to know that I am definitely praying for you. And like I said before, if there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. And what have I got going on? We have bed bugs going on.
Oh no, really?
Yes, and we've thrown out a chair, and I have. Last night, my husband and I got into the master bedroom and plastic coated the mattresses. We went out and bought the plastic covers that coats the whole mattress. I got them in the plastic, and hopefully that will keep it from spreading any further. I've got all the blankets and everything bagged up We're going to take them to the laundromat. We're not even going to try to wash them here. We're just going to take them to the laundromat and get them washed up, and spraying down all the furniture and everything. It's just no fun. And Tarsha said, hubby
Thank you, guys.
Monster
Thank you,
will be
Tarsha.
missed. He will be missed. You know, and I know it's going to be hard being by yourself,
Thank
but
you,
God
Deanna.
will take care of you. He really will. And you let me know if, you know, what decisions you're having to make, and I can help you pray about that too.
I would love that.
Yeah. And I did send you my phone number and my last email so that you can call me.
Okay.
And
thanks.
Deanna said, we're all here for you. And Miss Janet, we're here for you as well. If you're still in the house, I think you are. I appreciate you coming up on panel.
Thank you,
and
Miss
sharing about
Janet.
your stepson. Loss at such a young age is really hard to bear. It really and truly is. And it's hard to bear at any age, to be honest. But when it's a spouse or a son or daughter, it's extremely hard.
I got to scoop, guys.
I'm not ever looking forward to that day either. You know, I keep praying the Lord will take us in the rapture and we won't have to worry about any of this anymore.
Look at this. You've been talking about bed bugs. Now I'm itching everywhere.
I know, it's contagious. It's horrible.
I'm bug paranoid.
I am too, and we're spraying everything in sight. Thank you, Jamie, for coming in. I appreciate you coming in.
I got to get Coop cleaned out for church tonight, so I got to scoot.
Yeah.
Nasty,
well, I appreciate you being here. And thank you so much for sharing a testimony on top of that. That's always a blessing. And God does give us testimonies from all our tests. So
trying to be a good ambassador.
We don't have to try hard because he gives us everything we need. We really don't have to try very hard. There are days that I'm like, where are you, God? I know you're out there. And he'll be silent. And then other days he's just very talkative to me. He'll tell me all kinds of things.
Hey, maybe if I pop off again or off of here, maybe Janet can come in and it'll work better for. But I gotta go, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for listening to me cry and whine, and that's it. And my honey.
Just remember
the hubby monster.
Just remember, Bonnie, that you are beautiful inside and out. You're a beautiful person, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for coming
guys.
in,
I love
Bonnie.
you.
Love you too, baby.
Bye-bye.
Well, y'all, I really do appreciate Bonnie coming in. I hope I'm not lagging anymore. My computer is just so slow today for some reason. You know, the old devil doesn't want us talking about things. So sometimes he'll interfere with things that we have no control over. And I checked everything on my computer. It's just the same as it always is. So, and I appreciate you, Tarsha, for dropping those links for us. Does anybody else want to come up on panel? If you do, just pop on up. And I will drop the link again just to make sure. But if we don't get anybody else coming up here soon, I really don't have much to talk about. Next week, I will be doing my live on Wednesday. But I'm going to keep it short because I know everybody is going to be busy with Thanksgiving preparations. But I will not have a video come out on Thanksgiving Day. I feel that is a day for family and that we just need to be paying more attention to our family on those holidays. Jamie says she's in the middle of making chicken salad. Yum, yum. Pass me some. I love some chicken salad. Is there any topics that we can cover before we close out? Anything that y'all want to talk about? I'm open to suggestions. And if I don't hear anything else from y'all in the chat, then I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Thank you, Deanna. I appreciate you coming in, honey. I really do appreciate your gifts that you sent me. And Miss Sandra absolutely loved her gift also. Thank you so much for that. See, we have giving hearts here on YouTube, and I think that's really important. And we are approaching the season of giving. November the 29th is the day of giving. So if you want to do something on that day to give to someone else, please do it. You never know how you're going to change somebody's life with just a simple act of kindness. Our homeless community is extremely important to me. And we have a lot of veterans out there that are homeless. And if we just pack a little bag, a little gallon-sized bag with some clean socks or, soap, toothbrush, deodorant, maybe pack a $5 bill in there, something for them to snack on. Vienna sausages are good. Anything that has a pop top on a can that they can carry, plastic silverware, napkins, baby wipes, hand sanitizer, any of those things are so needed by them. And also include maybe something for them to read, whether it be a New Testament Bible or a book that you liked. You can include that in that package and give them something to read, just to keep the mind active. But most of all, pray for one another. I can't stress it enough that the prayers that we give availeth much. God tells us in his word that the prayers of the righteous availeth much. Pray for one another. Pray for our country. We need prayer in this country desperately bad. We need some normalcy to come out of all of this chaos that we've been living in for the last 2 years. And we need God to take the reins of our nation once again. I love each and every one of you. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you for being my friends. I love you, but Jesus Christ absolutely loves you more. Thank you, Where to Begin, Homestead. It was a healing stream among friends, and I do appreciate that. I always pray before these streams. I ask God to take the rein and to guide the stream. I don't always know what to say out here. Carrie Porter, welcome in. I appreciate you being here, my friend. I'm getting ready to close out, but you may want to go back and watch the stream because Miss Bonnie shares a tragedy, and Miss Janet does too, that has recently happened in their families. But I really and truly appreciate everybody. And I actually got caught up on my list of names, y'all. And I had at least 27 people come through the chat. And I don't know how many others were out there watching, but I hope there were many out there watching. Please hit the thumbs up on the way out if you haven't already done so. Please go by and check out Miss Janet's page and Miss Bonnie's Faith and Feathers page. And if you haven't friended them, friend them. We want to grow this community. I want to see everyone succeed on YouTube. We have such a strong, strong community of friends out here. And it's just wonderful for us to be together, even for a short amount of time. So thank you again, my friends. for coming in, and God bless you all. Well, I'm trying to do it with my finger. I'm not on my phone. My phone, I use my finger. Take care, everyone.